What's up, YouTube? We're a couple of cunts, we're in the countryside, we're talking about kids' TV. Is it acceptable at our age to watch, you know, TV intended for kids?
Of course. Some of the best TV made that you can still enjoy as an adult was made for kids. Before Christmas, I bought the complete Thunderbirds box set, and I've been watching all of them. I probably haven't seen them since I was like, I don't know, 7 or 8, and I'm still enjoying them as much now.
I was never that big a Thunderbirds fan. It was always Stingray and Captain Scarlet for me.
I will be buying them.
Mayhem, that was
yeah,
what
I will be buying
about.
them afterwards.
I feel like our generation had it quite good. We had all those sort of kick-ass shows. There's nothing like that on TV for kids these days, is there? I mean, they've got the fucking Peppa Pig and In the Night Garden. The fuck is that?
I think it's good, but they're trying to make things more inclusive. They're trying to make them more diverse. But when you watch something like, I don't know, Balamori or something new, where you see this stuff, they're so desperately trying to tick every single box. Like, there's someone in a wheelchair, there's someone of this nationality, there's someone of that, and you just get the feeling they're like, before too long, you've got like an asylum seeker with no legs.
Yeah. I do have to say, every time I've caught the Teletubbies, I've gone, what a marvel of racial diversity it is.
Well, they're all
You've got the
colours.
Chinese, you've got the transsexual with the handbag.
I think it's good we're educating kids and, you know, getting them used to stuff. I remember at one point, and I just thought, you utter fucking losers. There was all these people writing into, I'm pretty sure it was a BBC, complaining because one of the kids' TV presenters, she was missing a hand, her arm, and it came down to her elbow. All these people...
Disgraceful.
Well, no, all these people were writing in saying, oh, get her off the TV, she's scaring our kids. I just thought, you absolutely useless, terrible parents, sit down with your kids and educate them. Maybe she was born that way, maybe she lost it in a tragic accident. Who knows? It's not your business. You need to educate your kid to go, don't worry, this is okay, rather than go, oh, that scares my kid, get it off the TV.
I'd rather they populate a TV with entirely amputees before they let someone like you on.
Probably why this is on YouTube.
I was going to say, any kids watching this channel, it's like, Mummy, what's that? I have no idea.
I really think
some sort of Wendigo. I don't know how it's been captured on camera.
I'm sure our stuff that ever got on TV would be post-watershed 18, like, don't let your kids watch this.
Don't let anyone watch this.
Ever.
Speaking of Wendigo, one of my favourite TV shows as a kid was the X-Men cartoon of the early 90s. That shit was stellar. The summer of 2003, which is quite bad because I was 16 at that time, I basically just spent quite a bit of it in my underpants eating pot noodles watching the old X-Men cartoon. It's not something I'm proud of, but I just thought I'd throw that out there.
That's pretty classy there, folks. Really classy.
I feel like we've gotten to comic books and geeky things, so it's time to bring out our special guest star for this week, Computer Joe.
Hello, Internet.
Any slower.
Hello, Cameron. Hello, Duncan.
Hello, Computer Joe.
Nice to see you.
We were talking about Marvel cartoons. Obviously, I think you're a fan of that sort of thing.
I am, yes, and the comics and associated games, all that media.
A couple of shows I'm going to bring up now. The Rotten Trolls. I know Joe's seen it. Have you ever seen it?
I watched the Rotten Trolls. Yeah, that wasn't it one of those really quite creepy puppety type things like Rosie and Jim?
No, it wasn't.
It's always a bit uncanny valley and a bit frightening.
Very much.
I never found it that creepy or frightening, but it's just basically funny.
I didn't as a kid. It's when you get older and you can appreciate just how sort of unnatural and weird this sort of thing is.
My other show I'm going to mention is a cartoon, massively underrated, called Freakazoid.
Freakazoid?
Freakazoid is the best.
It is literally the greatest cartoon ever.
Spielberg's greatest masterpiece.
For those of you that haven't seen it, it's pretty much what I base my life on. He's a superhero, but his superpower is basically just being a smart-ass motherfucker, really sarcastic and talking back to people. That's all he ever does.
He got his powers from the internet. He's literally a troll. He goes out and trolls people. That is his power.
It's a general troll theme for the shows you liked as a kid.
There's one of his villains who's basically just this massive brain.
The Lobe!
Yeah, the Lobe. He comes up with this scheme to take over the world or destroy it or something like that, and Freakazoid can't actually be bothered to come up with a decent way of defeating him, so he just spends like 20 minutes insulting him and telling him it won't work, and by the end of it, he's just got so depressed that the Lobe just decides not to do it, and it just completely calls the whole thing off, because Freakazoid is just basically there trolling him. It's like, I fucking love him.
Freakazoid actually had a villain slightly more frightening than you.
What, Candle Jack?
But you're not supposed to say his name!
Shit!
That's back in the days when cartoons were like really good.
Back when they were cell animated.
And there was some weird stuff, like there's a Chuck Norris cartoon I've seen, which is...
They used to make cartoons of fucking everything.
MC Hammer, he had a cartoon.
Mr. T.
Oh, was it
Mr.
great
T had a
cartoon?
cartoon.
Mr. T, I think, actually slightly warrants one.
Probably.
He was popular in the 80s. MC Hammer had one song and he got a cartoon. I mean, that's not really much criteria.
I used to enjoy his cartoon. He turned into like some kind of Hammerman superhero with magic
dude
shoes.
hung around with him, and he used to, like, the shoes used to go on him. He used to turn into someone else, like some sort of older guy, some sort of like the 50s, who'd just do some like jive dancing or something.
Yeah, I remember him like surfing on like notes.
Musical notes, obviously.
He didn't just like write out like a quick note and surf along on it.
Other cartoons I really used to love, Dexter's Lab, ever so slightly turned into him. Ever so slightly. Angry Beavers.
Yeah.
I fucking loved them because they were so weird.
And of course you're about to mention Johnny Bravo.
I'm about to mention Johnny Bravo. Oh, River.
And you better say Karen Chicken.
What was the next one I was going to mention, actually? With I.O. Weasel in it. No, I Am Baboon.
That's I Am Baboon.
Yeah, and I.O. Weasel, yeah.
No, my favourite character in Cow and Chicken was the red guy. If you haven't watched Cow and Chicken,
Yeah,
essentially
the
the devil with a giant arse who bounced around on it like a space hopper.
It was there was some weird stuff they got away with feeding us as children with TV. So like, here, have this. It's a bit weird. You might think
Satan using his arse for locomotion. You know, that's a good thing to show kids, isn't it?
Yeah, cartoons seem to have featured a lot in our childhood.
Oh yeah, I mean,
It's like the Saturday morning cartoon. There was a time, Saturday mornings, you went and you watched cartoons and the cream of the crop was there. Now it's just like spread all over like a million different shit channels.
That's it, we only had like 4 channels. So we had to sit down. That was your duty, to sit down and watch fucking SMTV Live or whatever crap was on in
Funny enough you say that, I was literally just about to mention that.
You said cartoons made up a large part of our childhood. It's because you could count the good live action shows that you watched as a kid probably on one hand. There really weren't that many. Like
it's like Saturday mornings were like the cartoons, and then like ITV and BBC One like after school time. That was like the live action.
They did have like
Demon Headmaster and all that.
I remember the Demon Headmaster and the Queen's Nose. That shit was amazing.
Burning to watch, stop time and do really boring shit with it.
Also, Funhouse.
Yes.
Was a fucking kick-ass show.
They had some good like game shows for kids. They don't have Gunge on telly anymore.
Not nearly enough
Gunge.
Gunge. I remember they used to do kids award shows that were literally just 2 hours of gunging people.
Did they like discover that like the Gunge gave people cancer or
Probably.
something? You just don't get Gunge anymore.
Have you seen Pat Sharp recently?
Oh.
His mullet fell out and he died.
Something really odd to talk of, you know, from Art Attack, Neil Buchanan.
Yeah, great show.
He's in a really, well, I say
he has
really good.
I don't like it.
He's in a metal band called Marseille.
What?
He's a really fucking good guitar player.
The theme music for Art Attack was pretty bitch.
It was quite rough.
Just like jamming out on it.
Oh, was it the head that was in that?
Yeah.
Like,
hello, it's me, the head.
He used to have this like weird, looks like he was having a seizure. He was just sort of like...
He was like just wobbling his head around like fucking Ray Charles all the time, wasn't he?
I think my very favourite live action show that was on after school was Zap.
Zap was
That was Zap.
I remember that. I remember Neil Buchanan was in that as well. He's like Smarty Arty.
Smarty Arty, yeah. There was the handyman.
There was that really
and
annoying
Daisy
girl.
Dares You, that's her.
It was like basically like a sketch show for kids.
Yeah,
it was good.
In the premise of a living comic.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing concept.
It was interesting. Gonna fast forward things a few years here. Still doesn't look too bad. Reboot.
It was so ahead of its time. It was like it was computer animated. That blew my tiny mind when I was young. It was about people who live in my computer.
I genuinely felt bad for a couple of weeks because you know when they lose a game, they become nulls.
Yeah, there's little
or
slip
like
things.
You get seen like this user guy seems to be like a bad guy, fucking up their world. I was watching it one time, and I just said something like, oh, you know, I hope they find out who this user guy is. And my dad turned around to me and said, oh, but you know, when you're playing it, the user is you. And I was just sort of like,
what a twist!
I was quite lucky living in the countryside and being a bit backwards. I didn't get a computer till after I'd stopped watching Reboot, so I never had that guilt. The episode of Reboot I always remember is the one that was sort of, I guess, loosely based on D&D with Mike the TV, where they went into this
That's one of my favourite ones, when he becomes a warrior and Bob is just a thief because he gets so pissed off.
And the thing I always remember, well, there's 2 scenes I always remember from that, and you've got to keep in mind I haven't watched this in... Oh, it's got to be close to maybe 16, 17 years. They're riding down a corridor on a giant banana.
Yes.
And they're fighting carrots in Viking helmets, armed with like shields and spears.
They were
shit.
the enemies for some reason.
They're things that have really stuck in my mind about Reboot.
I remember the best scene from that is when Mike the TV defeats someone with an infomercial. It destroys their mind with the terror of this infomercial broadcast from his face.
I thought you were going to say the birthday party thing.
Seriously, more cartoons need to just have the main villain rock up on a character's birthday, just jam out on a guitar and say, I've always wanted to do that, and then fly away. It was so wow!
What really used to piss me off was like the Power Ranger toys, because they'd always morph into some other fucker. Like you couldn't just get one, you had to get like 3 or 4 and they turn into some super motherfuckerzoid. Or whatever they were called. I just thought like, ah!
There's something else I didn't appreciate about Power Rangers at the time, but what a fucking cheap-ass way to make a show. Basically,
steal it off the Japanese
exactly,
and re-edit it.
All the costumes for the monsters and the robots and everything were all done in Japan. They just got like 6 dickhead teenagers, a fat guy and a thin guy. And, like, they're like 3 locations, I swear, like the diner. No, Bulk and Skull were amazing.
Absolutely hilarious.
Angel Grove got fucking destroyed.
That's it!
But the number of casualties must just been like, no, fuck off Power Rangers, you're not having a base near us. Every other day the fucking city gets trampled by some giant shit monster from outer space.
Every episode, like, Rita Repulsa would always throw a bomb from the moon, obviously.
One hell of an arm. Throw down a magic staff, wasn't it?
Yeah. Make my monster grow!
No,
Oh yeah, it was Lord Zed
dead.
who threw the bombs. She did have a staff, that's right. And they'd make the monster become huge. The Power Rangers would get in their fucking massive robot and just throw the monster into skyscrapers, presumably killing thousands. It's like, Americans get very sensitive anytime something's like remotely similar to 9/11. Like when Cloverfield came out, they got really offended.
Yeah.
It's like, it is true. It's quite insensitive to release a film 7 years later that features a monster ripping off the Statue of Liberty's head, like what happened at 9/11.
Those damn terrorist monsters.
I know.
Oh.
But like, they just go back and watch fucking Power Rangers. Well, the destruction's like 10 times what happened in 9/11, and kids are just like, this is fucking amazing!
Something I really want to mention there, and this is going to sound quite nerdy of me, but did anybody think the Megazord or something was like really badly designed or didn't have seatbelts or something? Because you know when it gets too badly damaged, someone hits it and all the Power Rangers fall out like 200 foot onto the floor. It's like, why does this happen every single time? Why none of them strapped in? Is this like, if it takes a certain amount of damage, everyone's going to jump out of a fucking thing? I mean, does it just stand there or does it fall over? We never quite find out. They just they're on the floor and they leave it there. Is it like, is this thing going to blow up and take like a city block with it? I never quite get it.
There's a lot of things you don't see. Like every week Rita throws a staff like from the moon to the earth. Does she either have a lot of staffs or does it every week she have to go down and
There's
get
some
it back?
poor little FedEx bastard who goes driving looking for it with like some primitive GPS, finds it, sticks it in his fucking van and gets back up there. I did like a lot of stuff like when Lord Zed's putties came along, it's like the most obvious place with like weakness is like the obvious place to hit me, like this massive Z on my chest.
Well, that's it. Like the putties were the original villains, and then they bought these Z putties. They're like basically the genome guards of putties. They're the elite, and then you just punch them and they explode. Like they actually had to defeat the putties properly. These ones, they could just literally just go. Boop.
I'm sure they did in many points, just poke them in the chest and they explode. But just think, like every single week a volcano erupts, an ice cap like collapses, a huge fucking robot dinosaur like shoots through a rainforest. Just the amount of destruction.
It's not just Angel Grove, they were fucking up the ecosystems of other countries as
most
well.
Republican, organisation go. It's like, oh, fuck this Greenpeace shit. We're just going to destroy the fucking world.
Environment, nope. I just wonder what they're going to make a cartoon of next. It's like, here's Eraserhead, the cartoon.
Can you imagine them like making a cartoon of us?
Oh god, I think that would be the best thing ever.
I mean, dude.
It'd just be like, it would be the most badly hacked apart. Like, I know these episodes are pretty shoddily put together, but to cut around all the highly offensive material, there wouldn't be anything left, to be honest.
There should be an adult cartoon of just us. It would be kind of like Jay and Silent Bob-esque, I kind of get the impression.
Okay, next project. A couple of cunts in the countryside, the cartoon. Well, we haven't been a couple of cunts in the countryside. This week we've been a trio of twats among the trees. And if you enjoyed this, of course, you can like, share, favourite and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter. And if you didn't like it, what you should do is get on YouTube and watch some old episodes of Tales from the Crypt Keeper or Power Rangers or something like that. It's very worth your time. Feel free to suggest a topic for us to talk about in a future episode. We'll see you next time.
And remember, if you come across a Lord Zed putty, punch him in the tits. Now you know.
And knowing is half the battle!